Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. What a hellacious morning, I tell you. Hellacious as in, um, Chloe's getting ready to take a shower and then she's going to go out. Chloe looked at me this morning and she says, "Oh my God, even though we have rechargeable batteries, regular batteries, etc. We had to get some new batteries. We had to use our lanterns last night. For some of you out there, I'll tell you the story. So last night, I read a lot of my book. I'm on like 300 pages, actually exhausted. I went to bed around 1:15. I didn't get up till like 12:15 or something. I got up. Chloe's like doing her usual Chloe nag, like, oh, but you know what? I was like, look, I just woke up. She's like, you needed to sleep. Thing is I slept really good due to the fact that we had what do you call it? Nothing on. I mean, so basically, I woke up this morning and Chloe said to me, "Oh, you look pretty fresh as a daisy." And I woke up, and I went to my news feeds like I do every morning. Well, reading the news, and Chloe looked at me and she says, "Oh, do you want some coffee?" I said, "I never thought you'd ask because I was gonna go from there to the bathroom, and then she was real cool. She was like, "Here's a coffee. We gotta." I tried to have a heart to heart with her about what happened with yesterday's meeting with the advocate. And so yeah, so I figured I would be here today um for you guys, because some of you guys messaged me and emailed me and you're like, "Hey, your video was short last night." Because some of you guys messaged me and emailed me and you're like, "Hey, your video was short last night," because we had to prepare for a power outage. Now a lot of you are like, "Oh, cool, whatever," but yeah, power outage. So I thought it was cool. So this morning, I got up. I heard the power kick on around 7 this morning, I think it was. So they were a little. They took a while to get back, but I wasn't worried because I was sleeping, But at least we now know that the power was out for repairs to the dam. So they turn. I don't know how much power was the state, but people sit there and they say to me, "Well, was it the state? Was it not the state? Was it the state? How come it was the state? Why is it the state?" And well, they have to repair it, but the federal government controls the dam. So I went to the federal government's website before the power went out because they were running really low, and I had like two tabs open and on my tablet, and it was like how do I explain it? It was like the government was like government websites and everything else, and it was it was like saying we're this, but didn't talk about it. It was like we're repairing things today in Washougal. And the first thing I thought to myself was, oh, that's a long, long trip, Washougal. That's on the coast of the Columbia, that's where some of those nice fly fishing guys are. And so, I was like, amazing, I was like, wow, amazing, and it was interesting. So this morning, I decided to get up and take my bath. Chloe's like, "You stink." And, I find Chloe to be kind of humorous because she's like, "You stink. You really do reek. You reeker, reeker, reeker." You know me, I'm just like, whatever, dude. I stink. Okay, cool. But, she's like, "You're really smelling like what you call it? Your food. You smell like your this fish burger. And I was like, "Yeah, that's the smell you get when you womanly smell. And she's like, I wish I had that smell. But it was basically like cool. But we had a nice chat this morning. And she said, how are you doing in general? And I says, I'm not doing too bad. Every day gets me motivated to get things moving along so I can actually motivate myself more. So today, like I said, there were 16 spreadsheets. I already opened them up so I can go down the list as I go and just choose them as I choose. And I will work on these while I'm talking to you guys, because when I get done, I want to go straight to my game. But I told you guys I would be here today, as promised. I said I would be, quote unquote, doing these spreadsheets and giving you guys chance. I realize, that it is what it is. People say, okay, cool, So I figured, why not talk to you guys today while I'm doing this? And every day gets me easier and easier. Apparently Chloe and I were talking, and funny story, right? She said to me, what's really good, Rita? And I said, what's really good? What's really good? I'm willing to listen. What's really good? And she said, you. And I said, me? She says, you put up with so much crap. And I'm at my coffee, and I said, what do you mean? And she said, think of it. You put up with so much garbage. She says, yes, we know you drink too much at times, so I don't want you drinking. I said, cool. Thank you for your concern. She says, oh, that is a bonus. She said, but problem is she said, you're loved by many, but hated by many too. She said, the problem is you can't cater to whatever, and you make mistakes. And she's like, she says, I know you make mistakes, but you put up with all my mistakes, smile at the same time. She said, that's a true saint. And she says, I've made so many mistakes financially, and I've heard you on YouTube say, oh, don't I don't deserve a shopping, a Christmas stocking filled. And she says, it's true. She says, I think of myself mostly. I don't give two craps about anything, as long as, So like last night I looked at her, and, last night she said, example, you turned to me and you said to me, my certain things that I eat, Chloe was saying, certain things you've saved. She said, you literally turned and told me that, enjoy this. And I said, I will. And you said last time it was like $90 a case. She said, if there's food price shortage, I don't want to see you, basically, because she's been tapping into, Pee Wee was right, and she's like, Pee Wee's right, and they're tapping into this, tapping into that. And, she's like, I can't keep tapping in, and how do you manage your finances? And she was going on this morning. I was just sitting there, she even sat outside the bathroom and was talking to me while I'm in the tub. She says, you conserve water, you remind, etc. You do so much for everyone, and yet she says you don't give yourself enough credit, and it felt pretty interesting due to the fact that No, Chloe was right. I mean, literally, she's like, you're basically catering to a woman who's angry with you. She says, I would be angry too, but you're catering to all these people. You're catering to all these people. She says, you used to go on YouTube only when you did your spreadsheets, but then you got into YouTube. And she said, who knows what's going to happen with the election. But she was like, look, you need to basically focus on what makes you happy. And right now, nothing makes you happy. You're miserable because of your spat with Zoe. And then she says, you're miserable because I'm too mentally disabled, but I won't get help for it. Well, she is, but she said they're not willing to help. They're using me as a number. And then she says, look at me. She said, I'm selfish. I said, what do you mean? She said, this morning, you're having your morning coffee, Rita. I'm eating breakfast or lunch. I didn't say, oh, you want me to cook you anything? No, I know you get really angry and cranky if you don't, you don't eat, And she's like, I could see in your heart, that you're standing around trying to eat or wanting to eat. And instead, you're sitting there gritting your teeth, your stomach's growling. She says, because, I make all these messes and it's all about me, She says, how do you put up with it? She said that was the thing that she said. She says, look, you put up with me, you put up with the Connors, you put up with the neighbors, you don't complain to the management, you put up with everything, and yet you're still strong. That's what she said. She says you're strong, and and then she said to me, look what you're doing. She said you're strong. And I thought for once. I literally thought for once with my own heart, like it's who I am. My mom always said, you are what you are, and I mean, when Chloe knows when I'm angry, it's usually something like, Chloe turns around, she says something like, like don't, she knows when I'm angry, there's a part of me that, like this morning, she sat there and she says, I would be angry too, Rita. I said, about what? She said, for the fact that you sit there, we live on an island, which is Aaron's dream. You're living Aaron's dream. You're in a bunker because of the pandemic. You run on your treadmill, which I got scheduled already for today for afternoon. Then she said, look around, Hold on 1 second. I'm going to ask Chloe something. I'm trying to be polite today. You got kicked out? Yeah, there's garbage. The garbage is dirty clothes. Let's take this out. Get in there, man. So apparently Chloe's trying to clean up the bedroom and the hall today, and then she wants to clean up the bathroom and the kitchen tomorrow. So, but anyways, she looked at me this morning and, funny story. I said to her, I have to pay up to $500 on my own money to get this place professionally cleaned. And she's like, no, I'm not going to let you do that. Just give me my hard drive. Well, first time it was video game, second time it was computer, third time it's this and this and this, but she never keeps on the thing. So, she says she's right about having the advocates get in touch with the therapist to start to move down the list, So sometimes I talk about people with borderline, right? And me, I get very angry. And my main thing is I've been through, the thing is, okay, I can accept Zoe not coming back. What I can't accept, and I'm going to let Dinky get in touch with Zoe via via Instagram, I think, since Zoe doesn't have an email address. Unless it gives Dinky the email address, I'll ask. And have Dinky directly work with her to ship out those stockings. I'm paying like $120 or so with shipping, so there's going to be 2 stockings. Now, if Zoe wants me to fill them, she's going to have to contact me because I don't, first of all, for all of you out here, I was going to do a poll anyways if she came back, well, you know. But as you know, I've ponied up many times. Well, Chloe said, look, we all fall. You know, that's the thing, we all fall. And, you know, Chloe looked at me and she says, I know people sit there and they talk about, you know, you got like Tony. Tony sits around, you know, he says, you know, I'm living on potato chips. Brother, you don't, yeah, your queen says you can't live on potato chips. No chippos. You cannot eat chippos alone, no. You know, it's like Chloe turning around, you know, Chloe's always complaining on Animal Crossing, you know, my game. She's like, you know, you play it too much. Well, if I don't sit there and upgrade your house, you'll get mad. So I've been working my butt off, working in sections like 3rd room for Chloe, upper or basement for Rita, upper and basement for Moppy. See, once you pay off the mortgage, they give you an upgrade. And then once that $1 million is paid off, then you know, it's like $2.5 million. So the last upgrade, they can work on it themselves, you know, because I'll pay off Rita's house. That's my job. And well, Moppy's, you know, but Chloe, she wants to get into the game too. But she's like, you've already upgraded my tent all the way to almost the biggest house, spending 8-12-hour days enjoying it. Yeah, because I like the fishing and I also like the diving and I also like the bug collecting, you know, but at the same time, I found some new features on it, you know, but at the same time, you know, and then the prepping thing. I've been prepping like crazy, you know, and today I decided, you know what? I got these spreadsheets to get done. Dinky, you know, always used to tell me, you know, you do your spreadsheets. You love your spreadsheets. You keep your mind busy. But where have I been in my mind lately? Well, my mind lately has been miserable, you know. Someone gives me booze, it's like, oh, I better drink it. But, you know, as yesterday, Chloe went and got me a bag of ice. And instead, you know, this is me. I made a vow not to drink yesterday. Chloe's like, how can you hold yourself to it? Because it's not a time to drink. The drinking time to mourning my mother. I mean, Poppy asked me, your mom's birthday was today. Did you drink? Nope. I'm drinking an ice cold Pepsi with real sugar. You know, I told Chloe I wanted more Pepsi, not, you know, real Pepsi with real sugar. Tastes a lot better than cherry Pepsi, trust me. So the Pepsi helped me last night unwind so I could read my book that Chloe got me for Father's Day, you know. She's like, oh, I need to get you some books, you know. The thing that Chloe was angry the most about Zoe, and she's always bitter against people and thinks things like, you know, Zoe might be a man, former dude. I don't care if she is or isn't. She's all woman to me. A woman like that basically has her own ideas. My thing is people don't realize, you know, that I've been through more hell than Zoe probably, and some, you know. I mean, literally, I've lost my mother, I've lost my father, I've lost my aunts, I've lost my uncles, I've lost my husband, I've lost my wifey. I don't talk about Fiona that much. I've lost so much in my life. Suicide, 3 suicides in my family. I'm still walking. The only thing I can do is cope with alcohol at times, literally. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. When I turned around, you know, Zoe's not watching this, so I can tell you the story because Zoe's, I don't think, is coming back. So, but I know she liked the stories. But when my mother died, I spent 6 months being a boozer, literally. And you don't know how hard it is to talk about that. Literally, your mother dies, and your husband's trying to hold you together for 6 months to finally get over it. And then, and again, 6 years later, I took up the bottle again when hubby died. How would you guys feel, huh? Meanwhile, you think you can't live life to the fullest until you realize in your previous videos you watch all the time that you weren't doing too bad without hubby. The only thing that was helping you was the booze. But the truth of the matter is, booze doesn't solve it. It makes things worse. I can admit that too. But, you know, the thing is this is why Chloe doesn't want alcohol in the house. You know, when I turn to Chloe and I say, oh, you're going to the store? Well, let's see here. I need some cognac. Chloe says you got enough here for 2 or 4 drinks. Drink it. Well, I need to get some more scotch, Chloe. Chloe says the stuff that Zoe gave you is still here. Drink it down. See, I haven't touched it. Then I say, well, how about a mixing drink? These might be cheap. She says you got enough here to drink 2. Drink it. Then I say, this is my mindset. Well, how about we get some more Black Label? And she says, no, you might get Red Label, but I don't want you drinking. She says there's a lot more to life than drinking, she said. So, someone sits there, that's the thing. She says, someone like Zoe wants to go and, I'm so sad for Zoe. $83 for a freaking drinky. I mean, she must live in the ritzy neighborhood. That's the thing that Chloe was having heart to heart with me today, was the fact that, see, I got 13 spreadsheets to do, so let's just hammer them out or do as many as I can feel I can do today. As you all know, I'm choosing the ones that are smaller because the larger ones I want to do tomorrow, which is Saturday, which I told you I want to get done by Sunday, which is why I'm here today trying to do this. Yeah, it's because, Chloe said to me, she's like, you... So she turned around and... Wow, unconscious gentleman at the grocery store in Orcas Island, Orcas Market. Is that the one that's, I don't know. Chloe's always like, oh, well, but anyways, let's just get to it. So basically, Chloe had this heart-to-heart with me, and she's like, look, I know you need your spreadsheets done. You've been lazy because of depression to a point, and you hide your depression very well. She says you basically give everyone your time, and you don't give any time for yourself. And she's like, that's wrong. She's like, that is literally wrong. She says, I want you to talk to the people today on YouTube and, just say, let them know, because, let people know that, you're thinking of them. And I want to tell you all with my big heart that I have that I do think of you guys, Because, you guys mean the world to me, and, sometimes, the people say to me, oh, well, what about the drama? The thing is that some people tune into my channel just to see if Chloe's going to snap, and then they want to call APS or CPS or whatever, and it's like, why would you want to watch my channel just to go do this because you're, I mean, it makes me wonder, there's people out there that like to live, it's like my cousin's busy, right? My cousin Dinky, I love her dearly. And we don't see eye to eye, but when it comes to things like, I want to contract something, I'll send payment first of the month, because, I've commissioned her to make these and I keep my word. And that's one thing Chloe said. She says, you always keep your word. You never falter. And, and I don't. No, I do. Chloe was telling me today, you never falter. You basically had 2 computers. You had, you done everything you said you were going to, and look what's happened. You've put yourself through hell over and over and over, Chloe said, for what? To cater to people, and these people, I mean, literally, she was saying the same thing, and, when you live with someone who's borderline, who basically sits down, literally wants to have a chat with you instead of getting mad and says, yeah, I know I'm bad, I don't know why you keep putting up with it. It's like, because I care for all people. I mean, look, if I could put up with Poppy talking on and on and on, oh, you wouldn't believe what he tells me last night, right? I call him up, tell him I'm not going to be able to watch movies with him. Oh, why is that? I'll get to it. Then he changed his course, right? This is stuff I got to put up with. So he's at the coffee shop, right? His coffee shop. He's having coffee. He's one of those who likes to buy one cup of coffee, spend 6 hours, and get 2 free refills, at Starbucks. So he's at Starbucks and he's having his coffee because he's reading. And this kid keeps pestering him, and he knows the kid means well, but he doesn't want to talk. Dad's like one of those. See, Dad's one of those people like me, okay? And the secret to me, I'm like Dad in some ways, that's why we get along to a point. But Dad also says, people shouldn't buy you, And that's what he was talking about, the booze and everything, but I wasn't being bought. It was a gift. Fortunately, I screwed up, but here's the thing that pissed me off about Dad the most, right? He's going on about this guy, this kid who might be 18 years old wearing Scottish colored pants in a coffee shop while they're drinking water and the other guy's on the phone waiting, homeless guy. And eventually the homeless guy calls everyone and says, oh, we're going to be living in this area. The area he's living in is basically the ghetto. Blacks there. A white man's going to end up dead. Dad's like, oh, white man's going to be dead there because, you don't go down to that neighborhood. It's all blacks and they'll kill you. I mean, literally, I got to put up with a guy who's literally basically talking semi-racist without being racist, being like, you don't go down to that neighborhood. It's like, going downtown to certain areas to go get a burger that he likes at one burger joint. You need to lock your car door. I mean, literally, this is Dad. You got to lock your car door. Lock the car door. We don't want to be carjacked. I mean, literally, lives in Cleveland. So if you go to the ghetto side of Cleveland, but this guy's all happy, right? But he's also talking about he's a karate martial arts. He was in Ukraine. He was fighting in Ukraine. He's got an offer to fight martial arts in Russia, and all this $50 million purse. And the guy's homeless. And Dad's like, oh, my God, I must have been in the house of Cracker Jacks, the palace of Cracker Jacks, talking about mentally ill people. And then he said he's going into the sandwich shop. And the lady at the sandwich shop, mind you, was talking in rubbish, gerbil, talking to herself, answering herself, being funny, not funny, but literally schizophrenic type behavior. And Dad's like, oh, my God, everywhere I went there, crazies came out. I thought it was contagious. I mean, literally, you think it's contagious. And then, I was telling Chloe this last night. Chloe was telling me today. She says, look at your dad. He's worried about going insane because, it's contagious. I mean, no offense, she said, but is it contagious? No, it isn't. She's like, it isn't contagious. But dear old Dad think it's contagious. So he's all worried, and he's going in and about mental illness, right? And he's talking to me, and I'm sitting there, being polite, and she says, you're always polite to everyone. And I said, well, what do you recommend? Because I'm like Chloe, and I mean, I said to Chloe, what do you recommend? Chloe said, honestly, you need to take some time for yourself. You might be doing your spreadsheets, but she said, why? And that's what I'm doing today. But, it was interesting because, Chloe's sitting there, and she knows there's certain things that I need and I got to get. She's like, every time you turn around, you have to put everything on hold, She says, you put up with everyone. You put up with everyone. She's like, you are like the saint of saints. She's like, you put up with everyone, And she's like, that's what makes you different to most people, And, it made me feel she said it made you feel, that, yeah, you're human, but, so to me, she's like, put up with someone like me. You put up with everyone around you. She says, you even, You worry about Higgins, you know, you don't need to worry about Higgins. If he falls over dead, she's like, well, he didn't listen to your advice about going to the emergency room, you know, or whatever, you know. To me, it's like, she says you worry about too many friends, you know, and if you lose friends, you're upset, you know, and she's like, don't let it get to you. She's like, why did the people leave on our guild? Because they were selfish. That was the truth, you know. I tried rebuilding, didn't work, you know. So to her, you know, she was having this hard time. She's like, so you want me to check for razor blades? I'm like, yeah, my razor blades are like 5 months old. Do I need to order a case of it online? She says, oh, you might have to. I mean, she went from 7 blades to 6 blades to 5 blades. Now she's down to 4 blades, and they're basically selling like hotcakes. And I don't know why people are freaking buying razors like crazy. Is there a plastic or steel shortage? I mean, literally, I can't get any answers. You know, that's the other thing Chloe was saying today. She said, you email these companies. Why is this problematic? Why is that problematic? Why is this problematic? Why is that problematic? Problem is, it's problematic for this thing. It's not just the world, I think. It's globally. I mean, literally. I mean, let me put it this way as a woman, right? Yeah, you prep, right? And I keep telling you to keep prepping. But have you realized on prepping razor blades, if you use a 7-bladed razor on your legs, maybe it's hairy, the blades will basically clog up and you got to throw it away. So Chloe's like, you always conserve everything. Your razors, she's like, you use your razors once a week, you know, for your legs or twice a month, you know, and they're still clogged, you know. I mean, literally, she's just like, look at you, you know. And she says, you put up with me basically eating in front of you. And, like today I told her, I said, look, Chloe, my mom's chair was not to be eaten in. She's like, she says, you keep reminding me, but I keep basically rebelling and saying, F you, you know. And she says, anyone who's got to put up with me has got, I mean, literally, but at the same time, she was like, don't worry about you losing friends, true friends stay together, and true friends. I mean, I was talking to Advocate last night, right? She asked how I was doing. I said, well, I'm okay, I guess. She says, you guess? So I said, yeah. I said, why don't you come by sometime? I'll give you a drink of that scotch that Zoe gave. And she says, oh, yeah, I'd like to try that. And I said, I got cognac, too. I got some other cognacs. And she's like, I drink like once in a while. So having an offer from you, Rita, is a blessing. I said, yeah, well, I said, until my crass sense of humor got the best of me, And, my therapist, my advocate, my therapist, hold on. So when I talk about things like this, I talk about it with a big heart. So, talking to my advocate, I said to my advocate, yeah, I pissed off someone, I told her the story. And she says, Rita, if it wasn't for you, and we know everyone here on this island knows you got a crass sense of humor at times, if you did it online, it would piss off. So last night, one of the things I did while I was falling asleep was I actually ran my computer battery down and I downloaded the video and I watched it. And all I can say is I was just a complete ass. And, the advocate and I were talking, Melissa's her name. And she said, unless people know your crass sense of humor, Dad said the same thing, let it go. Thing is I said, that it hurts. But at the same time, I said I'm getting to the point where we were talking about prepping, right? And Melissa says I may be a woman, something to the effect that I don't think we should be prepping because, She said the train strike's been delayed till they vote on it. And if they vote on it, then we're not going to have food shortages. But what about the hamburger? What about the farmers? Apparently, the cows up here that are sent to the slaughter goes to a local slaughterhouse here, so you can always get meat. So, say California has no grain problems, they'll be slaughtering their cows for their local people. Oregon, Texas, whatever, all these places. But if there's areas where there's a mega drought, that's where you got to prepare, right? So I said to her, well, my health ain't that good. And she says, we know, but that's because, you don't like the prices of the stuff at the store. I mean, literally, I refuse to buy stuff at the store that's just too expensive. That's the truth, So let's see. I got 5 spreadsheets done. That leaves 11 to go. So let's see where we can go next. See, I'm just doing them piecemeal by piecemeal, Yeah, here we go. We'll do this one, I think. So basically, we talked about that, and, I had an interesting discussion because, it was interesting, I mean, I was talking to someone about that, and it was last night, and she's like, look, you may have crass sense of humor, but people need to realize that you're funny. We think you're all funny, but at the same time, Chloe, of course, is, so to me, I was like, well, what do I do? What do I do? And she's like, you don't do anything. You just let it go, But she said, we know you have a crass sense of humor. Other people know you have a crass sense of humor. Some people don't know you have a crass sense of humor, but what are you to do about it, So, but Chloe's like, oh, your emotions away to, my advocate was saying the same thing, Chloe's like, look, no offense, Rita. And I was like, uh-oh. When she says no offense, usually she's got something turning in that damn noodle of hers, The beans are turning in the brain, And she says, no offense, Rita, but you give too much of yourself and not enough for yourself, And, she's like, you want to go back to your game, but you can't because no one cares. They all, the game's failing. And now they're trying to find a way to milk cash cow, And she's like, this, I know this. I said, well, what do I do? And she says, you need to do what you need to do. You can't basically not do it. She says, look what you used to do. You used to turn around. House was clean. You had the house. She said you had surgery. You were cleaning the house while fresh off surgery. You were going grocery shopping. You were the woman that people hated because even though you had to do it, you were doing it to make a point. The point is, it's got to be done. But now she says you're basically catering to everyone, and she's like, you're not allowing any time recover time or anything. She said, heart attack, yeah, suffer one, you're still freaking working. Cancer, she said, oh yes, cancer, not that I have cancer. It was she was just like, she was like, what do you want to do about it type thing, and she's it was funny. I mean, literally, she's like, you're gonna have cancer and you'd still push yourself to until you're dead. And she says that's the problem, and then she, the advocates and I were talking about the food, and the advocate's like, your diet's not good anyway. Think of what you're doing, you're living on an emergency situation like my ramen, right? My pot's not clean, my bowl's not clean, so I can't eat a bunch of ramen. So it's like I'm stuck with eating, no offense, for maybe 2,000 calories. I think I figured it out. It's like 1,800 calories for one for one cream cheese box. It's like 1,800 calories for a half pound of cream cheese. I'll eat the whole thing. Eat the whole thing. And people say that's not healthy. Well, you know what's not healthy? Eating bags of chips. I try to avoid my chip intake. You know, people say to me, well, you didn't do too well. You got a bag over there and you're, you know. Thing is, you know, I try to tell people, you know, the reason I don't eat these is because it's usually not good for me, you know. And popcorn, I always love popcorn, but you know the problem is usually I burn a stick of butter. People don't know this, but I can go through 1 to 2 sticks of butter on my popcorn just because I love buttery popcorn. You know, people say to me, you know, my motto is you only live once, right? Problem is Chloe was telling me outright that I put up with so much that I live in 4 walls and I don't get out much. And she's like, look at you. You look at your email app, Rita, for the mail, and the mail is like, oh, nothing interesting today. Which I do need to send Chloe out for something. They sent us something in the mail. I'd like to know what it is. It's addressed to both of us, but my keys, you know. So while I'm doing spreadsheets, I do need to send. I gotta check my cans back and dip. Let's see, that's got enough for a pinch. This one's nearly empty. Tempted to throw in some and make a minty fruity can thing. Chloe uses that, does that once in a while. You know, she'll condense some. When she condenses them, hold on a sec. Apparently this gate said something, so I need to read it.
Raise my pay stats or group home, I guess.
Oh, this gate said you something update that group home today. I don't want to say the counter's black, but
here.
Did you see the sound lock?
You see what this says.
Okay. Let's see. So they're trying to sell me the newspaper. What's this? Okay. Locally connected, trying to sell us some internet, which we're already with. This is getting started. Those look like buffalo wings in there. Chloe, did you eat wings?
Oh,
okay. Sorry. All right. So it says for me, for Chloe, it's thick, so it's probably saying some like research on food stamps now or something. You know, I got all this work because Chloe is I'm the representative for Chloe since she's too disabled. So, all right. So, and this starts to piss me up. You know, piss me off every time. Right? They want this, right? This. So Chloe's got this mental health thing, right? Let me tell you about Chloe's mental illness, all right? No, I'm not talking about your mental illness. They keep sending this, right? Every week they send us this, and every week it's like you're not getting it. This is the thing. They're not going to get this. This, Chloe always tells me to throw it. It's like, we want to know everything about you in every detail. Do you own guns? Do you own knives? Do you own this? It's like a full adult history, and Chloe says throw it out every time. It's like every week they send it. Every week they don't get the...
I want to hear what this letter says.
All right. Miss Picky. The letter says, and the surveyor says, see, I'm trying to be funny here. Says here, your benefits will end on 10/31. If you want to continue to receive benefits, then you have to reply. Same with the food stamps. We can contact Melissa. It says here your food benefits, or you can spend 4 hours on the phone. So it ends in October. So
Melissa can help with that. So
what? Remember what I just said yesterday? The mobile truck's going to be in the same time for the dinner.
That day. Yeah, the appointment either, or it isn't.
Yeah, well, you don't need an appointment. Just go there and
I'll just go there and reapply. I need to because October 31st. At least they gave me a heads up this month, so next month.
Okay, so take your social security card, etc., etc. This form is for you. All right, your envelope, just so.
I don't have my social security card. I can't find it.
Well, apparently the welfare office, as long as you show them your driver's license, you should be fine.
Yeah, I have that.
It says here they want to review for your medical too, or your medical. I don't get it. This is the food thing. Why are they sending us two things? I don't get it. Let's see. This is for cash or food assistance, eligibility. Yeah, so basically, there we go. We'll just do this. And since there's a mobile thing, we'll just put this over here for Chloe. So it's the same thing, basically, yada, yada, yada. See, this is stuff I got to deal with on a daily basis when we get stuff. And usually... the mailman, because I'm Chloe's representative, Chloe hates paperwork. I do all the spreadsheet work, which means Chloe sees...
Here's her keychain. I'm going to head out soon. I'm only getting the batteries and... what else was I supposed to get while out? Oh, yeah, some green soap for you. All I'm getting.
Okay, so apparently, so you might get an adjustment soon for an adjustment on your check from the Humana.
Okay.
Apparently, depends on how much you paid in your prescription plan for this month, meaning how much you paid for your copay. They'll give it to you.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
But they say at the end of the year, you might end up with a Christmas money, supposedly. So they'll make an adjustment for what it's gathering. It's saying that you might, the end of the year in December, you might get a check for January close to whatever your total drugs cost. So, for example, if your year-to-date drug cost is claiming $555, so your out-of-cost pocket since January is $515. So they're saying that they can, end of the year, you'll get a check for that much, possibly. Because they're saying your prescription plan's $153, Medicare paid $108, and then the state paid $41. So have you been paying your $2.70 payment for it every month?
I'm not sure.
I'll figure it out later. Anyways, when they send you a bill for the year, that's when you cut a check for. Right now, they say you have $15 you owe to the, this is This is where they tell me the newspaper being mailed. So this is just the same letter. Same letter, we'll just keep it hidden, you know. So it says your food and cash. Keep your copy in your purse or whatever to make sure you get it to the mobile van. Don't want you losing. I got the backup right over there.
Yep, because I got to get this done.
Yeah, well, at least they're going to be there, you know.
Yep.
So, anyways, and while you're at it, she can set you up, you know, the mobile van's going to be there. You know, they can also do Social Security questions, too. So, you know, jokingly aside, you know,
Moppy, I'm going to head out soon. Yeah. I'm going to see you in the daytime.
basically what I'm trying to tell you is you know, Melissa was talking to me last. See, she just walks away. And then you guys wonder, you know, of things. You know, I was asking her, you know, in the bedroom, you know, I was like, not to call the kettle black, but I'm missing a bag of candy, you know. Anyways. So, anyways, I just want to share that with you, you know, my God. But yeah, I mean, literally, you know, she's heading out soon. I need to check my balance before she goes. So that's another thing I got to do is give her the phone. Give her the radio, which means I get to work hard today on spreadsheets until I'm tired of it. And then after my spreadsheets, I'll spend the rest of the day most likely without, you know, it's Friday night in England. So I figure we'd hear Tony by now, unless he left. You know, Higgins, of course, he's been not feeling too well. So you can't blame Higgins for not being here. You know, I told him to go to the emergency room, you know. I should email him and ask if old man Higgins is fine, you know. That's what I'm going to do real quick because I'm a nice person, and as everyone knows, I worry about Higgins. We might have a joke or two, a laughing run, but, you know, I need to find out if he's okay for Friday night, you know. You know how Higgs, old boy, is. He's one of those that, you know, you alive, old boy? See, I said that right there in the email. You alive, old boy? I think if Higgins is watching this channel, he's basically kind of jokingly, I think, with a heavy heart, you know, or love for, you know, this channel. He's a great guy, by the way. I think Brother Higgins is more reserved. And the reason I say that is because he's afraid that someone might call him paranoid for deleting his thingy. And, you know, I mean, it was the other day Higgins was there with me and jokingly, you know, he deleted stuff, but I was up using the coffee or bathroom or something, and I turned around, he was, you know, done. But with Dad, you know, me and Dad were joking about, yeah, well, you know, it happens, you know. So we were all joking about that, you know. Dad's funny, you know, but still Dad's like, oh, well, you know. But, you know, like I said, it kind of upset me last night. I had to put up with Dad going on and on and on about the benefits of, what do you call it? The benefits of him, what do you call it? Talking about, you know, the old man was talking about things like things that were bad, you know, like, oh, it's going to be insane. I'm going to go insane. You know, but to me, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, So I wanted to say to Dad, yeah, whatever, Dad, welcome to the club. You know, the thing is, you know, he's always giving oh, you shouldn't eat that, shouldn't eat this, shouldn't eat that, you know, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. What's the point of doing anything, you know, in life, you know? You live, you die. In the meantime, you know, you can't take back certain things. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. What's up, Mom? I'm good. You haven't eaten today? No, I haven't. I got emergency chips we need to. I gotta check my balance real quick. I think Disney and Hulu was taken out yesterday. I think it was taken out 3 days ago. You have to check your balance. That's because, you know, we're good. So 3 gallons of milk, 2 to 3 gallons, probably 1, maybe 2, depending on the milk supply. What are we on milk supply? Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, I'm looking. Don't get your panties in a wad. So, 1 gallon of milk should do. 1 gallon of milk. Yeah. Gallon of milk, some batteries. I gotta check on the thing. Gotta check on my bank balance real quick because you know me, I want to make sure my balance is good. And then it's back to work on spreadsheets. I think I got 8 to go or something. So 8 to go by the weekend. And every spreadsheet gets easier and easier. So anyways, today's temperature is 66. Kind of feeling a little toasty in here. It's probably the lights. I turned off the 2 lights there. Higgins and I were talking about, you know, last night, I'll tell you something that was really interesting, right? Window was open. I'm dressed in a wool blankie and it was freaking cold as hell. I mean, it was like 54 or something, and, you know, I'm wrapped in a wool blankie, you know. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's cool. There we go. So, you know how it is, you know. All right, so what we got here? We have Stars, HBO, Disney, Showtime, Peacock, Netflix. So I went down $200. Why am I going down $200? Let me look here. 15, 31, 41, 42, 50, 67, 67, 87, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, $93. $111, $119. So 120 right off the top for streaming services, yes, and that's not including, hold on. So $124. $129. Give me a second, people. I'm still working on this. $134. $140. There we go. 100.
I'm gonna head out without the phone.
Take the phone, okay? I'm trying to make a conversation here, and you just grab it
I'm
without
not scrabbling.
100 and take the radio. $140, people, on streaming services this month. 140. Well, yeah, because they took it all out. I'm fucking. This is why I wanted you to go early in the month.
Well, I can go early tomorrow morning.
No, don't bother with tomorrow.
Well,
Anyways.
Give me a signal to go, and I would have gone.
You know, I just gave you a signal, so We'll figure this out. We should be fine. By the way, I need to talk to Chloe outside for a second. Give me a second, people. All right, Mom. You guys were secret code talking about something. What was it? Spill the beans. We're talking about the tobacco problem we're having, you know. Don't forget the batteries. So there's my balance, 140. You know, this is why Higgins and I keeps talking about cutting. I keep talking about cutting the corners. I mean, look at it. My family turns around and they expect me to $80 for a gift card. Higgins says, let's see, and the survey says, hey, you alive, old boy? I can check to find out. I can't even talk straight. I think I'm broken. What I meant was, how can I check to find out if I'm alive? Funny old boy. All right, so basically what we're having is a breakdown of Chloe spending too much money. And then me, of course, I have too much streaming services because I donate my streaming services to my neighbor who just keeps freaking asking me to add one more and add one more. I haven't added any. And so people sit there and they think of me as the person that they can provide for them, you know. And to me, I'm like you know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of the 9 spreadsheets left. So see what else? We're just choosing randomly today. There we go. There we go. So basically, you know, the point is we are having a chat. So basically, she turns around, you know, funny story, and Chloe's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, this is why, you know, I'm getting tired of people don't understand. You know, people say to me, oh, well, you know, I mean, let me put it this way. Higgins made a joke the other day about keeping services. Well, if I don't keep services, they'll throw a fit. Well, you know, the thing is let me put it to you this way, okay? Now, everyone knows I love all my people, right? But let me put it this way. At least when and if Zoe decides to come around again, if she comes around, at least she'll know I'm still around. My neighbor, if I died tomorrow morning, the Connors, I love that nickname that she gave, the Connors, then, that Zoe gave, then, honestly, the Connors don't deserve it, you know. The Connors do not deserve me at all. I mean, literally. So, for example, the other day, I was talking to Zoe, or not Zoe, Chloe. Sorry, I get them confused. Should name Zoe actually Phoebe. It would be easier to remember then. Then I wouldn't have to say. I can be like, I was talking to Phoebe, you know, instead, Zoe, you know. But I was talking to Chloe, and Chloe, you know, she's just like, you know, was upset. She's like, you're giving, like today, she was like, you give with all your heart, Rita. And I was like, yeah. And she says, what are you getting out of it? Neighbor messages, oh, can you add this program? I really want to watch AMC. No. Well, I'm getting bored of those TVs. Please get bored of it. I mean, the other day I was telling Dad, literally, I'm thinking, Dad said to me, oh, well, why don't you just get rid of it, right? But then again, the old man turns around and bitches out, oh, well, now, his niece nags about how she's got to be frugal with money, right? And yet, Dad's like, well, I have HBO. And she's like, oh, could you hook me up? And Dad's like, no. I mean, literally, it's like, do I look like a freaking, I mean, I'm getting to the point in my life where, I got to cut corners somehow, I mean, it does come in handy. I'll tell you this. Being a prepper does come in handy, because I'll tell you, you mind your own business and you go through the Roku and be like, oh, hold on. Breaker, can you hear me? So don't forget to get the batteries. And don't forget to call me when you get to the store. I'll give you the list that I think's off my head.
I'll do so.
So basically, she turns around and she's like, telling me today, because she's like, she's been using Netflix, been watching like The Crown and a few other things, which I don't mind. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 to go. Now, so then she turns around and she says, you need to take a break. And I'm like, I can't. And she's like, yes, you can. I said, I can't. She's like, yes, you can. See, I'm working. So I was like, I can't. And she's like, yes, you can. I was like, yes, Is it a DS or a 2DS? Ah, here we go. Got it. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. I miss my husband dearly, he meant the world to me. And then Chloe says to me, talking about hubby for a minute, she said to me, if your husband was around, he would have kept everyone away from you. And I think to myself, yeah, he would. It's getting to the point where I need a refreshing beverage. And no, I'm not going to go for the alcohol. 1 gallon of milk. 1 gallon of milk. And 1 2-liter of Pepsi made with real sugar. See, I'm getting to be picky in my old age. And set of batteries. And what else do I need, my friends? Maybe a bag of Chippos. Yep. And finally, this one's done almost, with 1 left to go. All right. There. And then we can update this later. And that's all. And that is all she wrote. Moppy's like cooling down. He's overheating. Little dog. He's got his fan thing going, But thing is you guys got to realize, I'm up there in age where, I'll admit my faults and my defeats. Chloe, on the other hand, I got to have a beverage that's cold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Can this actually break? Let's see. I should buy one of those ice makers. Wouldn't that be cool? Your own personal ice maker where you don't have to. There we go. There we go. See? Maybe I'll have Chloe help me break that down and put it back. Wouldn't it be nice? Break it down so I can actually use it a little more, All right. See? And before you guys ask me, this is my beverage I'm choosing right now. As you can see, I didn't put any booze in it at all. Of course, it would take 4 shots of scotch to mix this, and I ain't wasting the scotch on this. Oh yeah, refreshing, and this is why I like a refreshing cold drink in spring, summer, fall. I like how they, one of these days I should go price out a personal ice maker. You fill it up with water, push a button, and let it make ice. Might come in handy. It can make up to like 15 pounds of ice in a day. I'll do that now. I'm thinking about it, people. Because why? Because I can. It might come in handy for an ice maker, But, here we go. 12,000 and 16,000. $120 for an ice maker. Maybe I'll buy one. There's an Igloo. Ice cubes ready. Electric countertop ice maker. 26 pounds in 24 hours. 9 ice cubes ready in 7 minutes. See? That's all you need, man. Right there. You might have to look into one of those. That one's got a see-through window, but yeah, there's an Igloo. I mean, literally, I could see myself buying one of those, actually, you see? Sit there and say, but why would you prep with it? Think of it this way, dude. You can't get a smoker, right? As long as the power ain't out, you can live on preparing your stuff on the stove. Think of it as a prepper's tool. Ice maker can make ice. Would come in handy too when the electric company gives you a notice, like we get a notice. Power outage for 8 hours at 12, right? So if you know the power outage is going to come, you just basically keep making ice and then filling up your cooler. 26 pounds every 24 hours, and you get one of those extreme coolers. It'll keep everything nice cold. It's funny. They test these coolers, right? And this is a prepping tool for you to know. They test these coolers, my friends. And yet, the secret to it, I'll tell you. Sun hits in your car, say you're driving down the road and you're in a pickup truck and it's sunny as hell and you got one of those top-of-the-line coolers that's supposed to hold everything for sorry, I keep getting distracted. I see a little doggo looking at me. It's just looking at me. For some of you wondering, I love my doggo with all my heart, just as much as I love Zoe, too. I do care for Chloe as a person. Zoe as a person. Poppy, I just put up with everything. The difference between me and other people in this world is, I'll tell you, I like how the ice is, and then when you want more ice, you just break it up. Better find my phone, too. Chloe's like, I'm going to be calling you. Feel free to call me, princess. That's what I said. You're outside. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is cancer-free. Wow, that's that's real news. Not like that politician slop. Wait. That's cute. Well, can I get my drink in peace without you grumping? There he goes, everyone. You truly love Zoe too? Of course I do. Zoe knows this. Hey, so you came over here because you thought I was cheating? You were watching a Shih Tzu video. That costs me time because I have to get up and dance for you for a payment. So, doing a little dance, making a little love, not giving me my payment. Yeah, sorry about that. I belched because I haven't had enough payments today. And you, of course, Missy, need to drink another soda. I will. Have you noticed the ice that you pay, people? The ice that you pay for and you buy at the store thins out really quickly. It's like 66 degrees. And yet, it is slowly whittling away where I gotta turn around and get some more ice. So technically, I'm like, all right, so let's see which we got. You know what? I'm going to do it this way. Because I can move it faster, move them to the top so I can see what we're at. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, bleh. Okay. So if you move them to the top, they'll tell you exactly what you need to know on this. And by the way, I use LibreOffice. So as I'm using LibreOffice, this will tell you exactly what you need to do in section by section. Damn freaking thing. All right, so trying to plan my rest of my week out. 2 more to open, and then we know the count. I'll count. All right. All right, so here we go. So technically, I have currently on the list to open approximately 7. So 7 spreadsheets to go for the weekend. So I think I'll finish my soda because I deserve to tell you out of 16 spreadsheets, I've done 9 today. Well, talking to you guys, you see, this is what, I love that stuff with real sugar. Has anyone had a Mexican Coke? I should see if they have them at the store. I don't even know if they sell them. Let me see if Chloe's still on. Viper, you there? Ooga booga booga. Guess I have to call. After I check Instagram, of course, because I haven't finished my Instagram watching. It's National Guacamole Day. What's a guacamole? Has anyone heard of guacamole? You're breaking up. I'll just call you. What's National Guacamole Day? What's a guacamole? Has anyone heard of a guacamole? Guacamole. National Guacamole Day. What's a guacamole? I should call it Chloe and say, what's a guacamole? It's National Guacamole Day. She might be able to tell me. Hey, you were breaking up. I was going to ask you a question. Sure. 2, actually. First of all, I was browsing Instagram. Funny story. It says it's National Guacamole Day. What's a guacamole? It says guacamole. It said there's this little Shih Tzu that says it's National Guacamole Day. And I was like, what's a guacamole? See, this is my sense of humor. Okay, the second question is, you've been to the grocery store so many times. I was going to ask you a question. Yeah. Have you ever seen, and I'll have you check on it anyways, Mexican Pepsi or Coke? I will check it out. All right, so where are you at right now? And then you're going to go to the little gas station and get yourself a little fizzy, or is it a milkshake you like? Slushy. The fruity, cold, keep it cool down. Hey, you know what? I came up with an interesting idea eventually. What is it? Investing in an ice maker. You plug them in and they make 26 pounds of ice per day. And you know me, I like my icy cold drinks. I've been looking at those. They're like $150. Clean the house and I'll buy you one and a hard drive. But you get the slushy maker at Christmas time. Yeah, that'll be good for next summer. I'm surprised you don't want a blender with a little spick on the bottom where you just throw in everything, blend it, and then make your own slushies or milkshakes at home. We have a blender, I think. I think we have the blender still, don't we? Yeah. Just remember, my blender is sentimental. Even though you don't like sentimental, mine's sentimental due to the fact that I like it. My mama's blender with the spigot. Okay. Well, call me when you get there. I'm still thinking of stuff. Oh, and don't forget to call and check on my balance. Hint, hint. 10-4, rubber duck. See ya. Bye-bye. All right, so I got Chloe called me. She was breaking up, so and then you guys know that. So Chloe was having heart to heart with me earlier. She's like, "You need to take it easy." I was thinking about lunch, right? I told Chloe I thought about pot pies for lunch, right? She says, "Then you won't have dinner tonight." The way Chloe moves, yeah, she's mostly focused on grocery shopping as much as possible. She doesn't like to do much. So I offered $500 for next month to get maid in here. My advocate's like $500. I said, look, place needs to be clean, and I want to keep, and then I want to lower it to $400 for month 2, $300 for month 3, and so forth. So as long as they can get this place cleaned and keep it cleaned, literally, I'm going to pay for it. But hello, Bob. Higgins, of course, has he emailed me back yet? Nope. Okay, so let's see where we're at this time. We'll go with let's look at this one. Yeah, this will work. Yeah. I mean, I'm not forcing myself to do them all today, So, anyways, I was reading my book, right, last night. I got to tell you, this book was amazing. I was thinking of being a kid, reading, So, Chloe says to me, Chloe, last night she was sitting there and she was in my chair and she's like, "Oh, do you need your chair?" I'm like, no, I don't need my chair, but I told her, whatever, it was funny. Funny. I mean, I can't believe, I mean, literally, I don't like sitting on my bed the whole time either, so to me, it was funny. It was literally funny as can be, And she's like, she's scarfing away, and finally she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed early. We're gonna have a power outage." And I read. Well, try. I'll show you what I was doing. Okay, just to be funny. So I was reading, right? Reading my book. Right? I'll show you the book I was reading. Good book, by the way. Great book. It's called It's like an encyclopedia. It's like an RPG thing. And I told Chloe, I'd like to buy an encyclopedia set. An actual encyclopedia set, right? So anyways, I was reading like this. Lantern, book in lap, lantern like this. Literally like this. So this lantern was on for like 6-7 hours completely, no battery drain. I checked the batteries this morning. I mean, hey, I didn't even know we got a... Wow! Last night I didn't even notice this. Does Chloe's have hers? Look at this. This has got a compass in it. Didn't even notice there's a compass in it. Now I'm like a little kid. Ha ha ha! Woo! Anyway, so I had this lantern like this reading. I'm telling you, it was amazing. It was for prepper. You'll do whatever, but the book, on the other hand, was really good. I mean, last night I was reading this, right? As you can see, I restarted the book. Restarted it. This is where I am halfway through the book, halfway through. So I got to a point where I was like half asleep, and I finally climbed into bed. It's got its own ribbon, by the way. I was half asleep in bed. And I woke up like once. Good color pictures. I wish they would have given more pictures. I'm going to actually message the publisher and say, look, I want to add $10 to it, add some more pictures to the book cover, because frankly, you might want some more information, But anyways, I was reading this, right? And I was reading it. And As I was reading it with a lantern, I was like, you know what? This is the true definition of prepping, literally. You can pull out a book, middle of the night, lay on your bed, read it, lantern, wherever. I even used my phone's online light, which is built in, flashlight, to read too for a bit, just to see how the prepping worked. Chloe took the radios out one last time last night for walking the dogs. But you know what? Chloe said to me, see, this is what upset Chloe. They sold her a damaged book. So the book company doesn't even, they said because I didn't go through them directly, then they're not warranting in my book. So I said, you know what? So I have a book, another copy of this. But my thing is I emailed the company to ask them if they update it because every year they get new RPGs. So if they're updating, that means the book gets a little bigger and bigger every year. So, but my thing is this book is amazing, right? They got other books I want to buy, but I chose this one because of console RPGs. You know, the PC RPG so it doesn't get updated that much because, you know, how many console RPGs are there? When I think CRPGs, I think Might and Magic, which, by the way, awesome game. You know, but I do want the CRPG book eventually to read, and that is why I tell you all that if you're going to get into game collecting, one of my true loves and hobbies, what do you think I'm trying to catch up on my backlog? Then one of the secrets on prepping is to make sure you get books that you can read during there's a pitch black pandemic power outage. You can basically read, as long as they're not foraging for food, you could read and enjoy yourself. Now people say, oh, well, the only thing good in the power outage for books is to burn them. You ain't burning my books, man. My books I love. I mean, like this book is high quality, but at the same time, I sat there last night with a lantern reading it by itself. Literally, I was reading it by myself. Chloe's in her room with the window open, semi-frozen. I, of course, started cooling down, but what woke me up in the middle of the night twice was with the power out. And Chloe left Moppy, to his own vices. Moppy came to me, whimpering. So he climbed into bed with me, kept me warm. Chloe's like, it was cold last night, Rita. I was semi-freezing. Well, I had the window open to a point, but I started getting cold, so I closed it. But, I had Moppy with me. The only time Moppy would leave is when he followed me to the bathroom because, I don't think Moppy likes the dark, but I have the lantern mostly on all night as nightlight to see the length of the battery. Something about berry service. There we go. And then on top of the whole story, right? Funny story about Chloe, right? I'll tell you a story. Where am I on my spreadsheet anyways? I'm running to the bathroom soon. Okay. So I'm minding my own business, and Chloe says to me today, I'm in the, she's talking to me on a little chair outside the bathroom door, because she doesn't like to bother me, and she's like, I burned my ass, Reen. Usually she never says what gives me the red ass. Usually she just basically sits there and yells and screams. And I said, well, no, that's interesting using that term. Well, what gives you the burns you? She said, well, what bothers me the most is how many batteries I've done total. And I said, total what? Total what? On batteries that we've spent so far and rechargeables and stuff. We should have just invested in. I was like, I'm like, in a plugged scanner. Well, I've been trying to get a plugged scanner. My last scanner went missing, remember? And, it's in the death doom of whatever, and, Chloe, she's just like, I know, it went bye-bye, Her answer was, it went bye-bye. Oh, it disappeared, or someone stole it because it's still sitting in Troutdale. So I said to her, my scanner is in Troutdale. Otherwise, I would have had one for my birthday, right? Well, she turned around. She finally said, I think we should have gotten the analog cheaper version. It would have been cheaper, And I couldn't believe it coming from Chloe's own mouth, how she literally said, that's my opinion, and I said to her, are you serious? And Chloe says, I'm serious. I said, are you really serious? I'm shocked. She says, I'm serious. So we're fumbling more and more money into batteries, and we have rechargeable batteries we use too, but she says that, some of the rechargeable batteries that you buy online, like the Amazon ones, out of 24, half of them could be completely bad. So, then you got to get a charger, and half the time the charger doesn't want to work. That's like they're getting more and more cheaper. So we've been using Rayovacs as a backup. Someone emailed me. Let me see. Higgins, and Higgins. No Higgins. Higgins must be really hurting if he's not messaging. This is why I keep telling him to go to great. Anyways, I gotta go move one of these days and stuff to gotta check my messages anyways, real quick, see if Chloe's called. Nope, nothing yet. So she will though. I will go use the restroom momentarily because on with the 2, 4, 6. There's 6 spreadsheets. I'm just randomly choosing anyways. I don't think we did too bad so far. We got what? 6 left, so we did 10 today. So, anyways, soon I have to go play Animal Crossing for the rest of the night. So, let's see. Well, let's look over these by size. Okay, so that one's not too bad. This one's huge. We know this one already is just too huge. This one's not too bad. That one I can do tomorrow. This one's huge again. We knock that one out tomorrow too. That one, okay, so I could knock that one out today. And I can knock that one out. All right, so I'm going to try to do 2 more spreadsheets. I'm just going over the list to see if there's anything here. So those 2 are on there, and then those ones, and then those ones, those 3 large ones. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to use the toilet for a moment, and we'll continue. But, Chloe, of course, she's out and about doing the shopping, you guys prepping. I highly recommend, if you haven't, get yourself a battery-powered lantern. They come in handy for power outages. Like last night, we had one that was scheduled. So these things really come in handy, and they're pretty bright. I mean, keep telling this to Higgins. Look at this. That is pretty bright. See? So, and last night, Bun Bun, I think, appreciated the light, himself. So, Bun Bun is. He's a good little guy. So, let's see. What do I want for lunch? Another bag of chips or two? I can always have Chloe bring me back another bag of chips. Hey, Mippo. Oh, waste electricity here, do we? Alright, so some more spreadsheets to do. And a dip sitting on the counter there. Hello? So, hey, go back. I was looking at that. I hate when they do this. I was looking at something interesting. There we go. Oh, yeah, I got to empty myself. There we go. Life is good. Oh. I'm going to tell the lady about like the nuggets. Oh. Yo, what's up? Yeah, I was wondering about Mexican Coke. Like, yeah, you don't have everything else in it. Just can't have a little while. Yeah, whatever. I'll grab a gallon. Yeah, grab the milk. Damn it. Grab the milk. Grab another 2 liter of Pepsi, not cherry Pepsi, 2 liter Pepsi with real sugar. And if they have those chips on sale, should grab some of those. And then you should march down to the frozen food aisles. So let's look around there.
Remember my backpack.
Remember my tummy.
Okay,
Chill.
We go look at your Pepsi.
1 gallon of milk's fine today. I was thinking about some pot pies, Chloe. Possibly.
Pies would sound good.
Yeah, well, I got to eat something for lunch.
Pepsi, the regular Pepsi is just regular Pepsi without the real sugar. That's 2 liter.
No, I wanted the what?
Real sugar. 2 liter real sugar's a king.
No, well, forget it then. I'll send you to King's tomorrow.
All right.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm always fair, not worried.
Yeah. Hate irritable bowels.
What, me?
I was having issues.
Didn't know you had irritable bowels.
Must have been that sauce I had on that fish. Must have dairy in it. I'll look at the chips and the frozen, okay?
Yeah, sure. Much appreciated.
Okay, so the chips, the family size chips,
Yeah.
all they have left is sea salt and vinegar and jalapeno.
Oh, great. They scooped up all the originals?
Yeah. The Tim's, yeah. You had 2 bags.
Yeah, but I want more.
I understand you want more.
Great. The good Lord's really upsetting me, it seems. No Pepsi.
He doesn't want you all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to say, but I want what I want. I mean, literally, chips sometimes is a comfort food, even for me.
Well, yeah, maybe the good Lord also realizes that. Adriana, you say he's a sucky fan. He's touching your food. You can't find it because the good Lord's not letting her buy it.
Yeah, It just means I'm going to die early.
You're not going to die early.
You'd be surprised. I mean, literally, it seems I'm going to die early if they keep freaking...
Okay, so I'm looking at the pot pies, right?
Right. I'm looking for a family size, a multiple pot pies. Doubt they'll get...
Like the Marie Callender's for chicken pot pies?
Yeah, I was wondering if they had beef yet.
Doesn't look like it. They have the beef ones in singles.
No, I want beef at singles. I'll have to do the chicken, I guess.
Alright, we got the large size beef one.
How large?
Oh, well. Let's see here. 15 ounce?
Those are the ones that you get in the other thing too, No, I can't remember what it is, but the large ones are the 15 ounces is what they come with that 4-pack, right?
Yeah. Your call.
No, I want the multi-pack. How much is the multi-pack?
We gotta cook that beef tonight too, so.
Well, I'm sorry, Missy, but unlike you, I haven't had lunch yet.
I'll got pot pie for you, okay. Settled. You want those big beef pot pies?
No, I wanted the 4-pack of chicken pot pies.
Okay, and I'll get them for you. I'll get myself a beef.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I want for lunch. I was just thinking pot pies for later. I don't know what I want.
We're making salads for dinner tonight. Oh, man.
I was thinking of something quick and simple that wasn't, and frozen was on my radar due to the fact I can't trust anything else.
Yeah, because the beef is kind of, you sell a lot of meat these days.
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I understand to that. Rotten meat.
Yep.
Okay, so I got your pot pies, got the milk. I gotta get your batteries at the other store.
Is there anything else we need? 4-pack pot pies.
You want that green dogs, or you happy with what you have?
Green dogs? What's a green? Oh, what's a green? Oh, the soap.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the soap. The Dove green stuff, that green tea in there. We'll wait till we run out. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what else I need. Don't want to send you out again. I don't know, but I don't trust processed meats.
Processed meat?
Yeah.
Like what's in a pot pie?
No, as in frickin' processed meats, as in frickin' Little Smokies and sausages and everything.
Or the store-pack meat.
Yes. So I guess unless I come up with anything else. Oh, yeah, maybe you should go down the spam aisle for a second. I thought about looking there too for a second. Remember they have flavored spams? Make sure to check the.
I hope that packaged meat didn't go bad with the outage.
The meat didn't go bad. The refrigerator was closed all night. No one went in there unless you went in the middle of the night.
I didn't go in the middle of the night.
Look, I don't think, because the refrigerator completely sealed can keep your food refrigerated for up to 48 hours. And it's somewhat frozen anyways, so, What flavors do they have?
They have regular, bacon, hickory smoke, medium, jalapeno.
I want bacon, jalapeno, and the hickory smoke. I'll try those 3 sample this week.
Okay. No.
Yeah, I want to try them out. Part of my prepping tool, test it out. Yeah. So you're buying your own.
Yes, I understand.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right. So I'm still working at spreadsheets. I'm almost done with my spreadsheets for the day. I'll do some more tomorrow. Are you going out tomorrow or staying in tomorrow?
Staying in. I want to stay in.
Well, the reason I asked, Miss Grumpo, is I was hoping to find out, because you don't tell me when you're going to the food bank or not. So if you want to skip that for Wednesday, it'd be fine too. I just don't trust food bank anyways. So
only go there for beef. I only go there for ground beef because that's the only place I trust that ground beef is good.
yeah. All right. Well, anywho, I will let you go. Do you need anything else? Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, God. What a freaking mess. You know when she says, I buy for myself, she usually taps into my money and I have to buy her food. That's the thing. And, people sit there and they tell me, oh, well, you should just accept it. Let me ask you this for you people that are tuned in the channel, okay? Because when I get done with this spreadsheet, I've done my work for the day, I think. So that means I will check in tomorrow with another video. I was going to do a night vision video, but I might tune in a little later tonight, maybe after I get my gaming time in. Because, Piper's out. Zoe's mad. I expect Zoe to be mad for a while. What was I gonna say? So anyways, one of the things, I live with a borderline, right? People say to me, well, how can you put up with it? I can't. That's the thing. I can't abide by thieves. And, it comes to Chloe. I mean, when you heard me say it on YouTube, you better not expect me to pay for it. No, I'll pay for it. No, she won't. You won't pay for anything. What you're dealing with is a professional con artist thief that, when Zoe was making the joke the other day, about supporting or giving Chloe a Christmas stocking, it's like, oh, we need to get her a Christmas stocking. I was thinking, right? I was thinking, no offense to any of you, to bring in Cactus Blossom. I wanted to bring in Cactus Blossom for Zoe, because people say to me, oh, Zoe, like the other day I was thinking of bringing, I talked of Cactus a while ago, and I said, if I ever need backup, could I bring you in, and Cactus said, oh yeah, I'll be your ally. The thing is, why you sit there and you think Chloe deserves a Christmas stocking. Chloe doesn't deserve it because Chloe literally, no offense, literally hurt Cactus Blossom. You see, Chloe was basically at a blood bank. I might grab me a snack real quick, right? At a blood bank. Works at a blood bank. Call center for a blood bank. All of a sudden, Chloe turns around and she gets mad. Someone kept misgendering her. She says, I'm a fucking woman, you motherfucker, temper flaring, literally snapping, literally going ape, literally screaming and yelling at the top of her lungs. And she got fired. Then, for months and months and months, she'd live in her apartment. She wouldn't leave. Eventually, Cactus Blossom had enough and said, look, there's more resources in California if you just leave. Bought her a bus ticket. Then she started working on rebuilding her life and the abuse she suffered when Chloe wouldn't let her cook with Butters. Chloe wouldn't let her cook this. She made sure that Chloe used up all her money for groceries. And Tara, that's Cactus Blossom, was like, who died and made you king? You're just a man in a dress who thinks that we're dating, and we're not dating. We're roommates. And yet Chloe got mad, put a hole in the floor. Chloe got mad, put a hole in the wall. Chloe got mad and, eventually, and what happened? Well, Cactus Blossom had enough and kicked her out. Then Chloe was homeless because that the only way to save Cactus Blossom's mind. Cactus Blossom doesn't want, knew what was the only way to save her butt. But it took Chloe 3 to 6 months of being homeless before she ended up home. 3 to 6 months. In the meantime, Chloe's been bitter, attacking anyone and everyone. Anyone and everyone. Chloe started attacking who was against her. Conspiracies started mounting. You guys sit there and say, oh, well, we shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. Really? People sit there and say, well, if it wasn't for what you did, that poor girl, Really, poor girl? Let me put it this way. When the poor girl turns around, thinks since she lost her job and doesn't want to quote unquote work, thinks the world owes them, they're mentally ill because they went homeless. And then you hear stories about Chloe selling her body to make burger money, which is true. Then you got a problem. All right, so let me put it this way. So Chloe basically turns around, ends up homeless. Her family wants her in a group home. Stealing, lying, threats, etc. Me? There's nothing I can do. I just live one day at a time. And yet, I'm still sad. Because I'm still sad. Because she may have been through a lot. See, she went to Arizona and became a truck driver. She found out her dad was going to have a sex change. She wanted to be with her dad. She wanted to become a woman herself, to be close to her dad. Only reason why. Since then, and Chloe claims dad wanted to be close to Chloe, so he had the sex change. But, the point is Chloe's, no one knows. But point is, Chloe calls, and she says, so anyway, and when I say you're buying, she turns and her answer is okay. But you get these advocates that say, we were, like the other day, I was talking to an advocate, right? The advocate turned around and the advocate said to me, me alone, Rita, rumor has it she's hiding things from you. I said the other day, yeah, I know. She won't give me my receipts. Police have been informed. Secretly, they're investigating supposedly why she's stealing. She's eating out all the time. One other advocate says I was out browsing the other day. I said, really? You were browsing the other day? I said, tell me all about it. I really want to hear this. She said, we were out and about, and Chloe is eating. And I said, so did you stop her and say, hey, what's up? No, because Chloe's one of those, if you interrupt her, she snaps at you and begs you not to know. I said, is that why you're avoiding me? She says, no, we're avoiding you because we don't want to get the news that we had to bury you one day because your family doesn't care for you to bury you. Chloe, of course, she'd basically strip everything you owned and then basically tell your family where to go. So I thought it was that's starting to bother me, Before you sit there and say, ooh, it's bothering you, that noise. I heard a plane fly by that felt like it was like a bomber plane, I mean, I don't mind, but still, But yeah, I mean, literally, when I said you buy your own, she's like, I'll buy my own. The thing is I want to try this, So she, and I just can't stand that part, So, Cactus Blossom's always been there for me, She's, always been there for me, So she's like,
Call me.
all right, I'll call you. Missed call. See? You hear that? Call me. Now, what do we get this time? Card doesn't go through. Your card's been denied, Rita, because I'm a man in a dress.
Hey, your Majesty, I just fucked up a little bit.
What'd you do this time?
I didn't use your food card.
So, how much did it cost me? Because now I don't have any tobacco money.
I'll buy your tobacco.
How much was my card negative this time? Or do I need to go look?
It's like $13, I think.
For pot pies and for...
Okay, so actually, pot pies is a lot more. It's like $12 something to get, and then he adds a milk. And bam. I'm gonna go and see if I can go fix this.
Please do. Call me back. Thank you.
Alright, bye-bye.
Fucking son of a bitch, little bastard. Fucking son of a bitch turns around and fucking calls me up and says my debit card's been drained because they fucking decided not to use the other card. There's like 3 cards, right? And I maintain everything personally. And they're like, "Oh, fucked up. You know, you don't have any tobacco this month." And it's like, you're at the fucking store. Walk back in, tell them the problem, and see if they'll fix it. They don't fix it, then they'll fucking run it up again. If they can't, I mean, literally, the son of a bitch should be fucking doing this. Okay, so currently we only have 2 spreadsheets left, and frankly, I'm going to be not doing the... No, actually, there's 3 spreadsheets left. I'm missing one, aren't I? This one. There it is, 3 spreadsheets. So I guess I'll do this one, clearing it out to 2. I can't fucking believe that. Oh, that's my nickname. I screwed up severely earlier today. I screwed up, you know. I used the wrong card and you don't have to back me. See, this is why I'm fucking pissed. Do you see this? Oh, wait. I screwed up. So pissed off, I put in the wrong search parameters. Find the last spreadsheet. See, I'm doing some more. There we go. I mean, literally, you know, this is the thing, you know. Literally, I mean, if someone basically has been given specific instructions and they can't even carry out these specific instructions, this is why their mom turned around. You know, by the way, I'm going to grab me some ice. Don't mind me if it takes me too long to freaking get the ice due to the fact that I have the last spreadsheets here for the day. So I'm going to grab me some ice in my beverage, and we're going to talk about this. I mean, literally. I can't believe how much hell I'm going through today. Now, where's that? And then on top of all this, right, the other day, Chloe says to me, jokingly, "Oh, you need." See, she basically did that on purpose. She always does these things. Well, if they're not going to let me use their money for your fucking food, then I'm going to fucking screw you over somehow. Hold on a second. Got to do something funny here. Scotty Bones, I need to know, do we still have, under Starfleet Regulation 6925 of the Pooper Code, an ice pick? Negative, Admiral. I haven't seen an ice pick in years. Are you saying we have no ice pick? Under Starfleet Regulation, an ice pick is not a good idea. Besides, what do you want an ice pick for anyway? It's not like you're going to do something with an ice anyway. Oh, but that's the secret. I need an ice pick. Well, I'm sorry to say, Admiral, but we don't have any available ice picks available. Very well. I will find a knife. And people say to me, "Rita, what do you need the knife for?" Simple. I'm going to break up the ice, see? If and when and you guys sit there and you say to me, Rita, you know what? How much is this fucking big block right here? I got a fucking idea for this. You see? Oh, it's full of ideas. See this? Gonna put in my damn glass. I'll fucking fix it later. Ah, there we go. See? That works nicely. Of course, you guys need to know my hand's almost fucking frozen. There we go. There, see? Need more ice, it seems. We'll call Chloe and be like, yeah, we're down to half a bag of ice. Can you spare me some more ice, please? Well, yeah, I'm trying to fix this thing at the store. Oh, it's out of Pepsi, see that? Oh my God, what am I going to do without my Pepsi, people? Well, there's this Pepsi. This ain't made with real sugar, though. This one's made with cherry. I don't know. Let's have a drink. See, I'm not drinking alcohol under all the excessive pressure I have, people. You won't see me drinking. And then Dad says to me, Rita, you're like a mother to Chloe. And I told Dad, I would like to be Zoe's wifey. Yeah. 346. Hopefully they fixed it. See if she called me again. Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. Oh, he ain't answering? Oh, well. We'll wait. Because it's entertaining, right? Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Need that. Oh, that thing. Hold on a sec. No. There you go. Hello.
I took care of it. Yeah, your food card covered it. The $32 on the food card.
What about my cash card? Good, thank you. Anywho, we're down to half a bag of ice, but don't worry about that right now. Anywho, I'm having a drink, so what the problems I'm having. So, and no, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm drinking Pepsi. Yeah.
I didn't get any big drinks myself because of the weight.
Yeah, well.
Carrying a bunch of stuff. I will get the batteries and head home.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. See you when you call me back again. Toodles.
Bye.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. Oh yeah, yum yum. So we're working on the last spreadsheet of the day. Drinking Pepsi. Yeah, I used to love working on the spreadsheets in the day. You guys could sit there and say, "Well, why?" Because I used to enjoy a cold beer time. I get done, pour me a cold brewski, and be like, you know what, it's beer time. And but now, figures. Anywho, I need to find out why the hell am I. There we go. Oh God, it's getting weaker and weaker at times, I think. Anyways, let's have a tutor, right? Mine Pepsi, of course. My uncle used to drink Coke all the time until one day he found booze. Someone emailed me. Is it my boss or is it my boss? Nope. being funny, of course, jokingly. So my advocate, right, she thinks of me as her secretary. So the other day, right, I was on the phone with her. We're talking about Chloe. And she says, I need you to be my secretary. Don't you have a secretary? Well, I do, but I don't. And I was like, what do you mean you do, but you don't? Well, technically I do, but I don't. You see, I don't have time to do everything. You can work in the shadows. So I made a joke. I did a Higgins today. I said, being funny, I said, please deposit $5 to complete this call, right? She's going to probably get to it like next week and be like, oh, I mean, literally, thing is, we're on the phone, right? And we're talking, and she's like, oh, well, you work behind the shadows. We could use someone like you, And me, I'm like, what do you want? Why do I need to do your job? I mean, I made a joke with her about that. And she's like, my job better than anyone. The thing is I don't know her job better than anyone. I know my job better than most people. Why? Because it is what it is. I mean, literally. There we go. See? It's up. Now it's empty. So I do what I can, right? And she's like, well, it was like I was talking to her, and she's like, look, you got connections where I don't places. So, story goes, we're talking about, future. And she's like, well, first I was like, future. And she's like, well, first I was like, the neighbor needs your help on that. She lost a 3-bedroom because of some boozer. And, she's like, who's the boozer? Told her this lady works at the pharmacy. Oh, your new neighbor. Yeah, we know she's a boozer. Then why help her? So it was like, it was interesting because, she's like, oh, well, she can. Thing is if you keep using the I'm the busy card, then no one's going to trust her to get things moving. Anywho, I live comfortably. Son of a fucking bitch. Damn fucking Amazon. Damn son of a bitch. Peckerwoods. I'm gonna call him up one of these days and say, listen, Wads, you don't fucking switch it over to fucking what I don't want. I'm not looking for fucking makeup, you pecker-wooded son of a bitch. See, this is my anger coming out, because you can't fucking do anything because of these peckerwoods. I mean, literally, what happened? I get a feeling Amazon's failing. I mean, they're literally fucking screwing over people. Fine, let's do it this way. Damn son of a bitch. No, there it is. There it is. You see all the way at the bottom. Again, you got to freaking do this. They're basically, let me guess, sold out. Yeah, how about this? Yep, so that's why. They're basically terminating anything that's basically sold out. That's the problem. You see, Amazon won't basically, it used to be basically pulling up in the search, but as they get worse and worse, they're basically terminating. I mean, literally, I got people on the preppers list saying, hey, where's mine? Where's your what? Where's mine? Where's your what? All right, so currently, if I'm reading the map correctly, there's 2 spreadsheets left to do tomorrow. I'm going to finish my Pepsi. You guys can now know that I am almost done. And then I'm going to be leaving so I can do whatever I need to, because I can. So, there you have it. If there is a problem, then there's a problem. Because you know what? I don't care what Amazon thinks. Because frankly, if my internet keeps being wonky, I'm blaming them. I'm blaming the freaking internet company. I ain't blaming the freaking... There's a point where I'm tired of these douchebags being like, your YouTube's acting up because of whatever, And if you need to know what I'm doing, I'm actually looking at myself on YouTube, trying to figure out why the internet keeps telling me, quote unquote, see, I'll show you. Why? It's saying, your connection is unstable. Your connection is unstable. Please let us connect you and reconnect you. I mean, literally, I'm looking at it right here. See? See, I'm looking at it right here. See? Because of it, it's telling me my internet connection is unstable. You know what? I'm fucking hardwired in, you pecker wads. You can't tell me my internet connection's unstable. The problem is, it's the freaking, Firefox. They're acting up. I mean, we're not, there it goes again. Your internet's out of control. You can't control it. It's unstable. I don't care if it's unstable. As long as my video is recording and I can tell from... Pick up the phone.
Okay. I found I think you can get the $20 battery pack without stock.
Well then, when are they getting it back in? Because we can't go without 36 batteries.
Well, that's when they restock.
Oh, please do. You can always call me back too. All right, bye-bye. More bloody bullshit today from the bloody bullshit people. You see? Turn around and they're like, your batteries are out of stock. Really? My batteries are? That's funny. Let's go over to the damn fucking... You know what? You're not going to win, Google. You're not going to let me lose. I'm not losing today. So where was I, Google? So what you do is you do this. And you go here. then you go over here and it says, how can I help you? And you say, batteries. And then you go AA batteries. Or as they call them, batteries. Free pickup store today. Let's see, there's a 30 pack for $18. All right, so there's a 30 pack. Is that what we're getting? No. There's a 30 pack. Hold on. How many items on? 48. Great. Now what? Dude, can I freaking work here? We already got 30. Okay, so we got 16, 32. Here we go, 36. So apparently by their own standards, the 36 is available on their website. Hold on. Again, you won't let me freaking get through this. It says here, there's a 30 pack. Yes, I get it, you fucking son of a bitch. You're gonna fucking do this to me. I can't fucking do this. Damn fucking son of a bitch. Let me fucking call you, you twat waffle. Sorry, I'm getting angry because this fucker doesn't. You see, this is the anger I gotta go through. Every fucking second. And why is their website telling me that they still have 30 packs and 36 packs of these batteries? I'm on their website. It says, well, it says right here, pick up a curbside in stock, 36 and 30. Did you? Yes, tell them you want the 30 or 36 pack Rayovacs. If they don't have it, then they'll call me back. Thank you. Well, in the meantime, if they're not, did they have any 30 or 36 packs? Are they cleaned out? Fine. I'll buy the 18 on my dime unless you want me to wait. We're fine, whatever. Goodbye. What? We're done talking. You're coming home now. That's good enough. Son of a bitch. Damn fucking thing. So apparently the son of a bitch. Well, yes, you see? I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box. Yeah, great. So they're pissed off because the fucking phone dropped due to the fact the internet ain't. Pick up the phone. I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Answer phony. Look, you think I dropped the call? I didn't. The fucking internet's failing again, it seems. Every time I turn around, the fucking internet keeps disconnecting me. Damn fucking bugs. Yeah, well, it can't be Chelsea because Chelsea ain't freaking using it. That's the thing. That's the thing. I just looked it up. Chelsea ain't connecting. I keep getting a, you're not connected to YouTube. Please try again type thing. I ain't going to get off YouTube. So the internet, something's tapped in, and I don't know what is causing us to be tapped in, you know. No. I hate those fucking triggers. Don't shh me or I will hang up. Fine. What? I don't care. What I care about is my internet's wonky. I mean, the reason we're getting dropped calls is because Google Voice is dropping it. Now it's...
All right.
Fucking son of a bitch. Anyways, I better let you guys go because Google's being a complete freaking twat waffle today. So if I come back, I come back. In the meantime, please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button. It's also fun for your family, dude, your dogs, your cats, your service. Hit the bell notification, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. It's also fun for your family. Please leave the comments nice is all we ask, and God bless you and everything you do. Let's see what happens with that.